Hello everyone and once again welcome to my channel Engineering Made Simple. Now we were studying signals and systems course. Now in signals and systems course we were studying how to classify the given continuous time signals. So this is the part 5 of the lecture on classification of continuous time signals. And today we are going to study what are causal continuous time signals. Henceforth I will say CT for continuous time, non-causal CT signals and anti-causal CT signals. And why are these classified into these three, that is continuous time signals, why are they classified into these three categories? We will see that. And what is, and we will understand what do you mean by causal signal, non-causal signal and anti-causal signal. So let us first start by defining a causal CT meaning continuous time signal. And henceforth in this course, wherever you see CT notation, you should know that it stands for CT abbreviation stands for continuous time. So now, what is a causal continuous time signal? So let us write its definition. A signal is said to be causal. A signal is said to be causal if it is defined for t greater than or equal to 0. Now what does this statement means, understand over here. So a signal is said to be causal if it is defined for t is greater than or equal to 0. When we were studying standard or basic or elementary, our standard CT signals, we saw various signal definitions and then waveform plots, that is waveform plots of unit step signal, ramp signal and so on. So when I say a signal is said to be causal when it is defined for t greater than 0, this essentially means if we have a continuous time signal which is denoted by x of t, it will have some value, finite value, depending on the signal definition. It will be defined at the time interval t greater than or equal to 0, and it will be 0 for t less than 0 case. So if the signal definition is of this type, then we say whenever the signal is defined for t greater than or equal to 0 time interval, and it has no value for t less than 0 case, we say that the signal is causal signal. Now, what are the example of causal signals that we have in continuous time signals? For example, unit step signal is an example of the unit step signal. Is an example of causal signal. Why? Because let us see the signal definition of unit step signal. So this is u of t, which is unit step signal, which has a value of 1 for t is greater than or equal to 0, and its value is 0 for t less than 0 case. So this satisfies our definition for causal CT signal. So now let us see how the plot of unit step signal looks like. So this is let's say our u of t, which is our unit step signal, and this is our time axis. So the signal is defined for t greater than or equal to 0, its value is 1. So it would be something like this, it will go on and on. And here its amplitude value is 1, here its amplitude value is 0. So this is t, so the left hand side of the time axis is t less than 0, and this is t greater than or equal to 0. So whenever our signal is defined only for t is greater than or equal to 0, so the signal is said to be causal if it is defined for t is greater than or equal to 0, then we say that the given signal is causal signal. Now let us move on to another type of classification of signal, which is non-causal signal. So the next type of signal which is non-causal CT signal. Now let us define what do you mean by a non-causal signal. So a signal is said to be non-causal if it is defined either for t less than or equal to 0 or for both t less than or equal to 0 and t greater than 0. T greater than 0. So understand one thing over here. So how is a non-causal signal defined? It is a signal which has some finite value, or it is defined only for t is less than or equal to 0. So there are two conditions here. So if a signal is said to be non-causal if it is defined only for t is less than or equal to 0, or either the non-causal signal can be a both-sided signal. By both-sided signal I mean it would be on the it would be defined for both t less than or equal to 0 case. Now where will be t less than or equal to 0? It will be on the left hand side of the time axis. And where would be t greater than 0? It would be on the right hand side of the your time axis. So it is defined on both the sides of the time axis, that is on the left hand side and the right hand side also. So then in that case it is also known as a non-causal signal. So suppose if a signal is defined for both time intervals t is less than or equal to 0 and t greater than 0, then also it is said to be non-causal. And the second condition is if the signal is defined only for t less than or equal to 0, then also we say that the signal is non-causal in nature. Okay? That it is for sure it is a non-causal signal because x of t is not equal to 0 for t less than or equal to 0. That is x of t will have some finite value, that is it is not 0 for t less than or equal to 0 case. So this is the simple definition of your causal signal. So any signal which you see some value is defined for t less than or equal to 0 case, we can surely say that the given signal is a non-causal CT signal. Now example of a non-causal CT signal is an exponential signal. So what is the equation for exponential signal? X of t is equal to a. A is nothing but a constant. Now in place of a you can write 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So it is just a constant. So here also it will intersect the y-axis at a. So a e raised to bt for all a t. For all t meaning it is defined for negative values of t as well as positive values, including 0 also, including 0. So all these three set meaning for all the values of t this particular signal is defined. So as you can see this signal is defined for t greater than or 0 also and t less than or equal to 0 also it is defined. So it satisfies our both the conditions here in this case. So we can say this exponential signal of the continuous time type which is defined for all t. This for all t is important. So a continuous time signal which is defined for all the values of independent variable time t is a non-causal signal because it is defined for both t less than or equal to 0 case and t greater than or equal to 0, and that's our definition of non-causal signal. So here it is plot as it is a e raised to bt and here b is positive. So it would be a rising exponential curve but it will intersect the y-axis at a because a is a constant. So in that manner it will intersect. Now the third and the last type of signals are anti-causal signals. Now the third type which are known as anti-causal signals. Now let us define what do you mean by an anti-causal signal. non-causal signal. Now I have defined a non-causal signal just now, so everybody knows. So when a non-causal signal is defined only for t is less than or equal to 0, defined only for t is less than or equal to 0, then it is known as anti-causal signal. Now this is pretty much clear. Now here, whenever a signal is defined for both t is equal to 0 and t is less than 0, that is combined way we write t is less than or equal to 0, that is on the negative side, of the time axis, that is x-axis. Then we say that the given non-causal signal is anti-causal in nature because it is defined only on the left hand side of the time axis. So if a non-causal signal is defined only for the time interval t is less than or equal to 0, less than or equal to is important. So if a non-causal signal is defined only for t is less than or equal to 0 and not for t greater than 0, only for this particular time interval, that is on the left hand side of the time axis, so that is t is less than or equal to 0, then only the non-causal signal is known as anti-causal, if it is defined only for t is less than or equal to 0 case. So I hope this definition is clear. So whenever a signal is only left hand sided signal and is defined for t is less than or equal to 0, then it is said to be an anti-causal signal. So actually another way of remembering it is what is the definition of causal signal? A signal which is defined for t is greater than 0. So when I put anti before causal, you have to remember, you have to just reverse the sign in the definition over here. So the signal which is not causal is anti-causal. So that is the best way of remembering it actually. Remembering it or understanding. So let us take any random example. So supposing I have a continuous time signal x of t, any random plot of waveform you will see. So now this is some continuous time signal we are having. So that here its amplitude value is 3, here its amplitude value is 2, and here its amplitude value is 1. So let's say this staircase type of thing we have a signal. Now as this signal has finite values for t less than or equal to 0 case, we can say this given particular signal is an anti-causal signal. Because you can see it is defined only for t less than or equal to 0 case. There is no, it is not defined for t is greater than 0 case. So you can say this given signal is an anti-causal signal. And at the same time it is non-causal only, because non-causal also, because it satisfies one of our condition for non-causal signals, that is a signal can be either be defined for t less than or equal to 0. So it is a non-causal signal and it is anti-causal also, because it doesn't have any value, finite value on the right hand side of the time axis. So this is the third type of signal which is known as anti-causal signal. And one more important thing with regards to our causal, non-causal and anti-causal signal, I would like to tell you. Now, if I am having a non-causal signal, if I am having a non-causal signal and if I want to convert the given non-causal signal into causal. So non-causal to causal signal. Supposing I have a non-causal signal given to me, I want to convert it into causal signal. So a causal signal can be obtained by multiplying the non-causal signal with unit step signal. So this is unit step signal. So this is an important relation you need to know. If you want to convert the given non-causal signal into causal signal, then you need to multiply it by the given non-causal signal with unit step signal. Why? Because if you want to convert it any given signal into causal signal, so this is the best way to convert. As you know, the value of unit step signal remains constant, that is 1 for t greater than or equal to 0, and that is our definition of causality. If we multiply any signal, any non-causal signal with this one, so if we multiply any non-causal signal with this one, the signal will become causal, because whatever the values will be on the left hand side of the time axis, it would move to the right hand side of the t axis because of the multiplication factor over here. Because here for left hand side, so whatever will be the left hand side of the non-causal signal, it would be multiplied by 0. So the left hand side of the non-causal signal will be 0, and whatever will be the right hand side, that will only remain, because anything if you multiply by 1, it will remain the same on the right hand side, but anything if you multiply by 0 in the left hand side, that will vanish out. So this is the way of converting a given non-causal signal into causal signal. The causal signal is defined as non-causal into u of t. So I hope this is pretty much clear. So that's all for the day. See you in the next class.